How's it going, everybody? Mike with Cleveland Cutting Board and Furniture Company. It's time for the weekend shop update. I know you've been waiting all week for this. This week we got a lot done. We got a big jump on, and I should have done early next week, the Copper Top Market Cherry Ingrain 17 by 30 with a custom design juice groove and catch tray, some resin filled carving. Then also did a laser engraved front. Now the laser engraved the front, my laser engraver only does 5 inches deep. So what I did is I made the whole cutting board, and then I cut that piece off. I marked it where it went, cut it off, tipped it up, laser engraved it, and put it back on. It was a couple extra steps and took some extra time, but it's what the customer wanted. He wants, this is gonna be like their, when they go do, he wants to do food pictures and stuff, so he wants his logo all over it. So got that done for him. It'll be done this week for sure. Maybe by Monday, I think it should be done. So I'll get that ready for him to pick up. What else did we get done this weekend? Walnut bowl. I got a nice walnut platter slash bowl done. I'm trying to turn at least one thing or two things a week. I really like wood turning. It's kind of like my reward after working a whole day is to work some more and make a wood dish or bowl. So that's done. That's up for sale on the Facebook page as well. Compass table. I got another compass table order and done. Well, it's drying over here right now. It's right. Can you follow me that far? It's right there. That's it right there. That'll be done tomorrow. I just put the second coat of the UV. I like using this stuff right here. This is a cool stuff. This is a Halcyon Clear Rugged Satin Varnish, ultra durable and UV resistant. No sanding between coats, fast drying, recoat in an hour. So I've been using this stuff for a while now. This is a table. It's a gift for a very good friend's sister. I had one done and I screwed it up and had to start all over. So first I screwed up and got the wrong legs. That was back on me. Then the legs came in. I went to screw it in. I got lazy, didn't pre-drill, split it. It's in the fire pit. So worked all day yesterday. First thing this morning, it'll be done. Legs came in, so I'll get that done and get that delivered maybe tomorrow. So luckily he's a really good guy. He's really patient with me. So it's always one of his projects that always seem to get delayed by something usually I do. So I appreciate him. I can't say his name because I don't want to say his name until after this person gets the gift. Right. So that'll be done tomorrow. It'll be done tomorrow, one way or the other. What else? I got to work with something I really enjoyed doing. My cousin, who's more like a brother, his daughter, his oldest child, she's in Girl Scouts and she's doing Pinewood Derby. So she brought her little Pinewood Derby blank over, and I had her draw out a shape on the side of the car. And then I cut it on the bandsaw and then did some rough sanding, and then she did the final sanding and we sealed it. So got to work with her on that. Carolina's a pretty cool little kid, so she's always fun, makes me laugh every time, the little glasses and everything. So I got to spend time with her today. Got that taken care of. Let's see what else. Secret sign of the month went to Doug Kishman and his wife. Doug was my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade art teacher. A lot of the things I use to this day when it comes to design work or anything artistic, I owe to him. He was really a big influence on me growing up. He's the first art teacher that I had that most art teachers would say, go draw a tree. What Doug would actually say, okay, look at the tree. Look where the sun's coming from. How's the sun affect the leaves on this side of the tree versus that side of the tree? Look at the shape. He really got you to think. He was a great teacher, a really good mentor, and he still is to this day. Awesome guy. I've met his wife a few times. She's sweet. She's really super nice as well. Their daughter, I always go to the kids. The daughter got me the year they were married. So got that done and delivered. I've also already started the secret sign for next month. This is another guy that was a really early on influence on me, a really great mentor. I'll give you a hint, he's a teacher also. That's all I can say because I'll give it away. If I say too much, I'll give it away. I said he's a teacher, so that gives away two things. But yeah, so I talked to someone in his family who gave me the information on the year they got married, so I'm working on that design. I've already got the blanks glued up, so it's sitting right over there. So I'll get that out done here in the next few weeks and get that shipped out early June because I have to ship it. Let's see, what else? the big thing I've been working on is okay, I'm working on this table. It's for a very good friend of mine. He's redoing, him and his wife and their family's doing a big remodel on their downstairs area, making their downstairs basement into like a living space. And he wanted a custom coffee table and end table. So I'm working on the coffee table right now. He had slabbed, I posted some pictures last week of me flattening out some cookies. And he and I went back and forth, got a design taken care of. So basically, I laid I said what kind of form, what size forms I had. Luckily, he liked those size. That way I have to make a form, saves a lot of money and time. Then I kind of laid the cookies in there, kind of orientated them. We picked out a design. Then I cut them to shape. Once you cut them to shape, you put them in there. You go through. Then you have to go through, sand all the edges, sand the top. It had some pretty good cracks in it. So I went through and CNC cut in some bow ties, hand installed them. He wanted contrasting wood, so this is they're white maple trees, I think he said. Really cool grain patterns, got some ambrosia in there, some spalting. It's gonna make an awesome table. So I put the contrasting black walnut bow ties. I went and found some walnut that had some cool grain. Put those in, and then from there I went through, sanded all the edges, sanded the top, because you have to get it pretty sand. And then I sealed it with a resin, because what happens is he wants to do a black transparent resin, and I don't want that black to seep into the wood. I want to have a nice contrast between the white oak or the white maple and the black transparent resin. So I sealed it so you'd have that. If I didn't seal it, that black would go in and it would kind of mute the whole thing. So I want those tree cookies to really pop. So that's sealed right now. The resin came in. I ordered 6 gallons of resin at $100 a gallon. I think I might need between 3 and 5. Probably gonna be 5 looking at it now. So it's always I want to have extra so I don't run out and have to screw with it later. So I'll use it. So obviously I'm only gonna charge him for what I need, but I'll have extra for down the road. So that table's come along nicely. The plan, that's sealed right now. Tomorrow I'll come out in the morning, mix up the resin. Once I pour that resin, I can't work out here for a couple of days till it gets hard. Because I'm out here working and sawdust gets in it, it's gonna cloud it up, and gotta be real careful. So that's why I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning. Then it'll sit until, it'll sit for a couple of days, so it's not a big deal. If I have to tin it off, I can. I've done that before. So that's a project I'm really looking forward to. We're gonna do gas pipe legs. He wants an industrial look, so it'll be my first time using them. There's kits you can buy, but I think I can go and buy the individual pieces cheaper than buying the actual kit. So work on that. Might be a fun project to include his kids on. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to him about that. But he's been really great with that. So yeah, if you're watching Dustin, you can now start watching again. I put some words down saying Dustin look away, but now you can start watching again. He doesn't want to see it. I sent him a couple of pictures when we first laid it out, but he doesn't want any progress picture. He wants it to be a surprise. So Dustin, you can start watching again. You can look at the screen again. So that's all. That'll be done. Depending on the temperature and the moisture in the air, it's going to take a solid week before the resin's dry enough. So if I pour it tomorrow, let it sit for a week. So probably the week after next, I'll get into it and just hours of sanding. I think I'm probably, with flattening the slabs, I'm about 10 hours into it right now, and I got at least 10 hours to go. Sanding it, a lot of sanding, and then time to go pick up the legs, and then I'm gonna use a hard wax. I'm gonna use Osmo on it because he doesn't want anything glossy. He wants a matte finish, so which I think is the best bet for something like that. So that'll be done in the next 2 weeks. I have right here next to me, you can kind of see it right there. That's the white oak. It's going to be a sign for Woodstock up in Vermilion. Great pizza place, amazing. They have great pizzas, really good sandwiches, awesome beers. If you're a beer guy, go check out Woodstock in Vermilion. They got a great beer selection, a lot of craft beers, coffee in the morning, all kinds of different coffees. But I like the the Magic Bus, the Frisco. Magic Bus and the Frisco. Those are my 2 favorite sandwiches he makes. But yeah, just something different. The pizzas are great. Jim does a really good job up there. So yeah, so we're working on that. That's going on the CNC Monday. It'll take, I think it's a 4 or 5 hour carve time on the CNC. So once that's done, and then we're doing just a simple carve, not simple, but it's different than the logo he has now, but it'll match, I guess you could say. So get that done, and then at the end of that day, I'll seal it, and then I'll go back and I'll paint the letters, I'll paint in the carving, and then I'll probably take another 2 days to sand it, and then we're gonna do also the same UV protected finish on there, because that sign faces west. The building's on the east side of the street, so yeah, so that thing gets sun all day. So we want to have a nice, good protectant on there. So that's going to be done this week. My goal is to have that installed Wednesday night, Thursday morning, because this coming Thursday is the first third Thursday in Vermilion. If you guys have not been to a third Thursday in Vermilion, it's a lot of fun. I forget how many, I'll say it's like 30 to 40 bands, everything from bigger bands to one-man bands to whatever. So definitely go check it out. And as always, if I'm there, which I will be there if the weather permitting, if I see you wearing a Cleveland Cutting Board t-shirt, first drinks on me. That's anywhere if I see you out wearing one of my shirts. I'll have shirts. If I am there, I'll have shirts with me to buy. So shirts are $20, and if I see you wear it from time to time, I'll buy you a drink. So every third Thursday, if you're wearing a Cleveland Cutting Board shirt, first drinks on me. So what else is going on? I took a day off. My friend Dan invited me to go fishing at his trout club. I've not been fishing in 20 years. I've been really wanting to get back into fly fishing, and I mentioned it to him a couple years ago when he and I were sitting around in the kitchen here drinking some whiskey, and he goes, well, I want to go to trout club. Let's go. So we finally found time where both our schedules worked. So yeah, Dan and a couple of his buddies, we went up to the trout club about 45 minutes from Clyde, Ohio. Awesome place. Just awesome place. Really enjoyed it. Fished, let's see, for 2 hours, took a lunch break, had a couple beers, a couple whiskeys, and we fished for another 5 hours. I didn't catch any fish till the last hour because it just takes time to get your rhythm back. And then we used barbless hooks, so you can't just let the fish bite it and set the hook. You got to wiggle it and blah, blah. Fly fishing is great. I really enjoy it. I'm not a go out and sit in a boat and just pull perching guy. I like the technique and I like the serenity of it. So that was really cool, and I really appreciate him taking me, and he's a really good guy. And so I buy my boxes from. He didn't have to take me. I'm not a big customer. I only buy a couple. I don't think I've only bought a few hundred boxes in the time I've known him, but just a great guy. I enjoy his company, and talking about whiskey, and I think he's a watch guy too. We talk about watches and whiskey, and we talk about whiskey, and then some fishing stuff. So it got me back into it. I might even go fishing tomorrow, depending on the weather. So after the end of the day, but yeah, so I'm real happy to be back into that. Not a cheap hobby to get into. So I got an old fly reel that my good buddy, another friend of mine, gave me as a gift about 6 years ago. So it's been collecting dust. So anyway, that's that. And then finally, I would like to say happy Mother's Day out there to all the mothers who are deserving of receiving a happy Mother's Day. So I have a lot of great women that were there as mothers for me, filled that role as moms. There's 3 or 4 off the top of my head: Alice and Wanda and Cindy. Those are the 3. There's a lot of them, and I forgive me if I forget those, any others. But those 3: Mom Morris, Mom Lester, Alice. There's a lot of moms, a lot of women out there that were very detrimental to my bringing up. So happy Mother's Day to you guys. Happy Mother's Day to you guys. I drank a lot of coffee today, if you can't tell. Happy Mother's Day to you guys, Miss Augustine, Bonnie. Another one that was great. A lot of great women out there that helped when I was younger. So happy Mother's Day to all you guys. So that's it for this week's Cleveland Cutting Board and Furniture Company. I am planning on doing a whiskey and wood talk. I didn't do one last week because I was fly fishing. So happy Mother's Day, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for whiskey and wood talk. Keep those questions coming in. And remember, be cool, be kind, and never give up.